That's all, people. Don't joke. You are stupid. How can you welcome Museveni? Yet Museveni said that we are poor. We never get out of poverty. Yet is a cause of poverty. I don't know what your mind is. Look at Anita Among supporting Museveni. Yet
for each and every day that passes, we clearly see that the young people are coming out to be counted when it comes to matters of the country. We all know that we have a leadership that has been hovering over us for 40 years. And as this dictatorship is fighting hard to see that the young people don't get the gospel of change, the young people are continuing to practice their noble duty. Change across the country is brought by the young people. University students in history, they come out to change their nation. Every time the nation needs healing and upgrading constitutionalism and human rights, the young people come out. The good thing we're in a .com era where information can move. So even a person in Bukedea, etc., in Gulu, in Masaka, young people who have smartphones can access information very quickly. Okay, even if we don't have proper electricity network and proper internet, but at least we can know what the young people think. So there is a young guy from school who gave out an information, and when you looked at him, you would clearly see that he has Uganda at heart, and he sent the message to all Teso people. By the way, during census, the Iteso were among the most populous community. I think they were number 2 or 3. Right now they are not even, they are I think number 5 if I am not mistaken. Do you know that the Teso people were even, there come a time when they had the largest livestock, but right now they don't. It is the truth. So anyone who comes in such communities, when he comes out to speak his heart, he must be heard. In fact, this young person said these statements. Listen to them very carefully because they are going to form a basis of our discussion. Here is the.
That's all, people. Don't joke. You are stupid. How can you welcome Museveni? Yet Museveni said that we are poor. We never get out of poverty. Yet is a cause of poverty. I don't know what your mind is. Look at Anita Among supporting Museveni. Yet she's one of the corruptor in Teso. See the roads from Bukedea. See Bukedea town. It's like a kitchen of Dr. Kisa Besije. What are you leaders doing from Teso? If you see the MPs of Teso, they are using Museveni. They are taking him as a bread. They don't want him to fall down. They are using him as a delicate thing. People from Teso, wake up. It's now a turn for you to understand who's your leader. 2026 elections, protest vote, Bobby Wine, Chagulani, Robert Sentamu is our hope as younger leaders, as younger generations. Now those only people, they are going to come in power, doing nothing there to use. Poor road networks. If you pass there in Kampala, there is a road there. You can't even manage to come down for shortcut. The road is like a swamp. What are you doing, leaders?
Not a swamp, in Indian Ocean.
Tell them. But those battles, I can't
So, the young guy also had to interpret the message in his own language. First of all, let's make it very clear. I don't know the correlation between supporting an NRM and poverty. When you look at the regions that support NRM to the core, they are the most poorest. Go to Karamoja sub-region, in the last election you almost got 98%. Okay? Go to the Far Eastern, go to Busoga until 2021 where Chagulani by the way won in Busoga. But Busoga has been at bedrock of NRM for a long period of time. They are according to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, not even my statistics, according to government documents, Busoga is among the poorest region. Go to the northern, okay, Lango, Acholi, where General Museveni sweeps votes, they are the most poor. General Museveni mastered the one art which was normally used by the colonialist. When he comes in a region, he gets one person who he gives power, who he gives a big position to represent you. But that representation does not necessarily bring in development. It's only one region that by the supposed NRM that is barely, that is developed, that is the Western, because that is where the actual government is. I remember, I think it was Amanya Mushege, he came out to say that in his book, he came out to say that when Ugandan MUSEVENI made the Western leaders, he was teaching them how to get power and retain it. He told them that in other regions, you pick some person like, and by that time he gave the example of Jeje Dong, who comes from Teso, and we give him position. Whenever he goes back to his region, Teso, they see him as a person who has power with bodyguards, which does not actually directly translate to development. Okay? So when this young man comes out to say that Bukedea, the street is bad, it's true. Ordinarily in other, you may think that since the Speaker of Parliament will, by the way, influence resources to be given to the district, but they are among the very many poor people. I don't know what is the reason why. So if that young man comes out to speak, you clearly see the spirit he has. In fact, let me also play the translation he did in his own mother tongue so that we can continue. Here's the
Bukedea. Asongole asingora na mere jena bera o Uganda da. Konye dumuri jongora ne seja asingare no ko lui support ngado Museveni. Ikia uta konye. Ijula ki sengare noni. Amunare ngare noni. Mame boeni yitundu sato munaka. Ija iso semero ka the hope. Ija so na do papa we shall arrive and we shall testify how hard it was. And we shall arrive. We don't be scared. We cannot get tired. No matter what we shall face, we shall arrive.
So that is the young man, very confident, very eloquent, very demure, speaking about the issues of the country. For me, okay, what scares me more? I've read the history, I've followed different political decisions across the country. Very many countries that were at this juncture ended up becoming failed states, even here in our neighboring countries. When Muammar Gaddafi ruled Sudan without constitutional amendments, without human rights, upholding human rights, they are now fighting. It started like a little war. They are now fighting even black people. Okay, what we have here is stability, not security. Stability can go anytime. Security is managed because of constitutionalism, upholding human rights, following the constitution. Okay, so that each one of us is equal before the law. The young man even continued to say that even in Kampala, roads are like swamps. How can you tell me? Because each and every capital city is a representation of a country. When I come to your house, your sitting room is a representation of your bedroom. If your sitting room is untidy, I don't expect your bedroom to be tidy. So every time it rains, we clearly see water, floods in the capital city. Disorganized as it is, poor road network. It took activists online to speak about our roads in Kampala for some of them to be rebuilt. Okay? On Twitter and X, yet it's our face. So, there is anyone who supports NRM, you are doing as bad. For 40 years, nothing you can bring on table, nothing new you can bring on table. And 40 years comes at a juncture when Genome 7 is weaker, is older, then the tenacity has reduced. It's the reason why these days, even if he's giving speeches, he gives them while seated down drinking coffee. Yet those days he used to give speeches of 2 hours standing and not drinking anything. It shows you where we're going. So if these young people continue speaking out, knowing they are nobody of what they are supposed to do, we are going to rescue this country. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makinde, Kabir Sulaiman Mawaga, the next MP for Makinde constituency. I'll see you on another one. Peace.